I'm going to focus on kind of the, not really magnus opus, but this to me is the most important and newest phone book. This really covers Kelowna, and you can see 319 and 641 area codes. I got this in Washington, Iowa somewhere, and no squint print. So if you're older, you have bad vision, you can read it. It's done by the Hanson Directory Service, which is out in Nevada, Iowa. So it's not a big corporate one, and there's no big fancy-ass image of like a sunset or a bomb blast or whatever other imagery that they would put on fancier, more commercial phone books. Here's your 911, your emergency numbers, all that. I think they have city ones. I like this, where it shows images of how to repair and take care of your phone. They really just actually had useful content. This was when a phone book, this is still one of the last kind of useful phone books. Area code maps. So 319, 641 split off of 515 in 97. 563 split off of 319 in 2001. Otherwise, 319, 515, and 712 were the three original phone or area codes that originated in the 1947 plan for phones. And then they just talk about that, what's long distance, what's not. It's the non-discrimination statement, advertising, Ainsworth. And now really the yellow book is more what's interesting. And we'll focus mostly on that. You can just see these different phone page. Oh, voter registration. Look, you can register to vote in the phone book.
Look at that. It has a voter registration.
I mean, that's accessible, and that's actually useful, empowering information. That's not just, hey, get 3.
You can just tear that thing out and fill it out and send it in, and it's a legal document.
Yeah, except for under Max Schultz, Iowa, it actually wasn't. It was considered voter fraud. But, and here's some additional ads. I'm just kind of skipping through this so you can see a big phone book ad for this guy. Phones, cars, bill bondsman. What's this one say? Because bill bondsmen are always kind of interesting. They always advertise a fair amount because you got your phone call.
A lot of ex-cons get into bail bonds.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. Would be probably a pretty lucrative business, and you got like Dog Bounty Hunter and all these different guys that can really kind of get into that, you know. ADT, you can get home security because in your small rural town, you know what you really need to do? Drop big bucks for a nationwide security company they're just gonna monitor.
Believe it or not, there actually is a lot of theft that goes on in rural areas. It's, you got meth heads, and starting fires and like stealing shit.
Yep.
I actually grew up on a farm, and we had a lot of shit stolen off the farm over the years, unfortunately, because it was like if it was left out in the open.
The right target market. And then just dish. But see, these are really readable. I mean, this is out of all of them probably the most readable phone book one. And here's hospital numbers, so if you need the medical information, they actually make it readable and accessible. And it seems like this is kind of, I would say, still a pillar of the community, still an asset for the people that live here. You know what I mean? Because it still provided valuable information, still had,
well, it's like, what are you going to do if like the internet is down, or if you don't have data,
or you live in an area that you can't get data, really. You have like cell phone.
Or you're not illiterate and you're okay with like flipping through pages and reading and using your head a little bit.
This is really kind of cool. This is from the Kelowna